Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and science fiction show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I have a very special guest, one who has been in all types of movies from the 80s. But first, let's get a little nostalgic, shall we? The whole world is celebrating peoples in the night and day. Whole world is celebrating mine. Yes, the whole world is celebrating. Today is Thursday, June 1st, about 4.5 days until my 34th birthday, which means next year I will be a cougar. And now, today, I'd like to announce that we have a very special guest today. Her name is Jill Whitlow. You may remember her from such movies as Porky's, Mask, Weird Science, Night of the Creeps, Ghost Chase, all these classic 80s movies. And very diverse in range too, because Porky's is a mainstream sex comedy, Mask is a mainstream drama, Weird Science is a mainstream teen comedy, and Night of the Creeps and Space Ghost are independent horror films. And I've always been a huge fan of Jill Whitlow. She is just adorable, and she's a very good actress, and I've just always admired her. She's really great, and she was absolutely sweet during this interview, too. Yeah. I told her about how Weird Science was the first movie my parents ever took me to when I was 2 years old. By the way, you know what pisses me off more than anything in this world? People who constantly tag their whereabouts on Facebook. You know, doesn't that shit kind of bother you a little bit? I don't give a flying fuck what you're doing, and I don't care where you're going. You know why? Because nobody does anything fun or exciting anymore. I mean, when's the last time you saw a Facebook status that read, hanging out in a crystal meth lab listening to Weird Science on Pandora? You know, you never do, so get with the program, people. Shit, just because you shoot heroin in both arms, it doesn't make you ambidextrous. Okay, enough of the Weird Science drug humor. Okay, so this is my interview with Jill Whitlow, and I hope you enjoy it.
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I am just super because I've been a huge fan of you since I was a little boy.
Oh, well, thank you. Although that makes me feel very old.
You shouldn't, though, because you're timeless.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. You're my new best friend.
Aw, that is awesome. I could use a new best friend.
I'll be there. So what's happening? What's going on? What do you want to know about me?
Well, I mean, your first movie was Porky's, right?
That was my very first film, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have my favorite line in that whole movie. Why do they call you meat? Is it because you're big?
Right? And I never found out why. They never told me. I guess I was too young.
How did you get that role?
I've been modeling and doing commercials since I was 3 in Miami. And, that's where I was born and raised. And it was just an everyday one of those interviews. And I read for Bob Clark, and we just hit it off really well. And I don't even think I had a callback.
Uh-huh.
And he hired me right away.
Ooh,
And
wow.
so, yeah, and then he's actually why and how I got established when I moved to LA, because he wanted me to come to LA and introduced me to, a lot of people and whatnot. And my career just kind of started taking off from there. So, God love him, I miss him so much.
Yeah, he directed some classics.
Yeah, he really did. He was quite a genius.
And then you had a scene in the movie Mask with Eric Stoltz and Laura Dern, and you were directed by Peter Bogdanovich.
Yes, and actually, originally, I was tested for The Blind Girl. It was between me and Laura Dern.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter brought me off to the side and said, I really want you in my movie, so I'm going to write you a little part.
Mm-hmm.
And Anne Marie was not originally in the script.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Bogdanovich wrote that in for me so that I could, be in the movie. And he was worried so early in my career to have me play Laura Dern's part because I wasn't experienced enough, and he didn't want it to ruin my career.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, really nice. So he wrote that in for me. I've been pretty blessed.
Wow, that is so nice. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was pretty cool to work with and share, and Eric, Eric's a little strange.
Yeah.
He's always in character. Nobody ever saw him not in his makeup.
Wow.
He would get to the set hours and hours early before anyone else,
Mm-hmm.
so that he could do his makeup. He's total character play.
Yeah.
So that's what he does. Yeah. Good actor, though.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. And then the first movie my parents ever took me to was Weird Science.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is that? That's a great movie.
Yeah. That's like my earliest memory of you. Susan, the perfume girl.
Right, the perfume girl. That's right. And that whole scene, I had food poisoning.
Oh.
And because I had shrimp on the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
The moment I landed and got into my hotel room, we all went out to dinner. And, the whole cast and crew. And we started shooting the next morning, and I was up all night long with food poisoning from the shrimp. And the escalator in the mall was not on because, of course, they closed down the shopping mall.
Yeah.
And I was running up those stairs to the bathroom between every take.
Yeah.
And John Hughes was like, oh my God. So, quite an experience. But I made it through.
Wow. That is something. Yeah.
Oh.
And then let's get right to the horror. Night of the Creeps, to me, is one of the great zombie movies ever.
Yeah. That's ultimately my favorite because of Jason and Steve and Tom and Fred. Just the funnest, greatest movie I have ever been a part of. And me and Steve and Jason are still really good friends today.
Mm-hmm.
And just the whole family aspect. It was really, really cool, the dynamics between all of us, and how well we clicked and how well we got along and still do. And I think that really portrays through the film. We were just really comfortable with everyone, with each other, and just, made lifetime friends with that one.
Oh, that is great. Yeah, my favorite favorite scene of the whole movie is towards the end when you burn the zombie's head off with the blowtorch, and then you give that look like, oops.
Yeah, well, I don't think that was scripted. I think that was a real oops. Yeah, Jason was like, can you keep her away from me with that blowtorch, please?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, fun times.
Yeah, Fred Decker's a real genius. You know, I was thinking the other day, him, along with Savage Steve Holland, in the mid-'80s, they were the same age, and they both had these two cult movies that have just been immortal and lived on, but yet, you know, by the 90s, their careers were over, and it's so sad.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, for me, you know, I did a couple of films after that, and, you know, I left LA and, you know, didn't necessarily leave the business, really. I had just had enough of LA, and I really wanted to start a family.
Yeah.
And I was 28 when I left. And, you know, my whole entire life, I just wanted to be a mom, you know, and a wife. And, you know, relationships are kind of sketchy in that business. And I knew that if I were to have a healthy, you know, marriage and, you know, a healthy, nurturing relationship with my children, I had to be somewhere and have stability.
Yeah.
So I moved back to Miami, but I didn't stop working. I did a couple of TV shows and lots of commercials and some modeling and stuff until my kids got a little bit older and they started, you know, school and stuff. And then I continued on and I modeled with HSN and you know, did another movie in what, I think it was 2007, here at Universal Studios in Orlando. And, you know, then continued to do HSN modeling. So I didn't really stop completely altogether. And now, of course, I'm doing the autograph signing shows, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And I live in Cocoa Beach now. So it's kind of difficult, you know, when I work a real job and you know, it's kind of, my kids are in college and just a lot happening, and I'm just a little too busy to fly to Orlando, you know, drive to Orlando every other day for interviews and stuff like that. But, you know, it's one of those careers that really never ends.
Yeah.
You can always, you know, tiptoe back and get your feet a little wet here and there, which I plan to do in the future. And I'm really hoping that Fred will wake up one day and do an Under the Creek too. And I could be like a mom. Me and Jason would be married.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Talk about it all the time.
Oh, I'd go see it.
Yeah, right? So who knows what the future holds.
Yeah. I was about maybe 13 when I discovered this movie. I caught it on TV late one night, and when it said written and directed by Fred Decker, I was like, ooh, I love the Monster Squad, I'll probably love this, and I did. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you caught it, and I'm so thankful and grateful that you're such a nice fan. That's great. It's what makes our world go around today, you know, and it's what keeps our films alive.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're very, very grateful for you, and it's amazing the following, the fan following that we have. I never even knew it existed, and you know, up until a couple of years ago, and I was just, you know, dumbfounded. I was like, wow, this is really cool.
I know.
Where were you guys in the 80s?
I know. Ever since I started going to conventions and stuff, I just been astounded at how so many movies I grew up watching have gotten such a cult following, because at that moment in time, I thought I was the only one who liked it, you know?
Yeah. And now you gotta wait in line for an hour.
Oh, I always make sure I get there early.
Yeah, right? I bet.
I'm going to be meeting Tom Atkins next weekend at Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento, or Stockton, I mean.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know if you want to do it, but please give him a big hug from me. You can handshake if you feel more comfortable, but tell him I send my love.
Oh, I absolutely will.
All right. Thank you.
What was it like working with the legendary Forrest Tucker in Thunder Run?
He was great. I mean, of course, he was an icon, you know?
Yeah.
And Thunder Run was literally my first leading role.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. I mean, he just kind of shows up on the set, does his thing, and leaves.
Yeah.
You know? He was very, very low-key, very professional.
Yeah.
And, I think, people just have a certain, thought about how, somebody's going to be when you meet them in person. But, they're just like you and I.
Yep.
They just have a different profession.
Mm-hmm.
And, some of them are stuck up and, probably shouldn't be. But,
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, they're just ordinary people doing their job, making people laugh or cry or think twice about the way they live. And, it's a pretty cool career choice. And, they're just, regular people that just go on day to day, just like me and you. And
Yep.
I have found, for the most part, everybody, literally, that I have worked with has been very, very sweet, gracious, professional, human beings,
Yeah.
Real easy to get along with and talk to.
Oh, that's awesome. Hold on one second. Okay. And then you teamed up with Jason again in Ghost Chase.
Yes, I did. That was a hoot. I think that they kind of thought that we were going to be like, the new, Breakfast Club kind of couple.
Yeah.
And,
For horror.
yeah, for horror. And, of course, Roland Emmerich was
Yep.
wonderful. And he directed it. And he has gone on to do amazing films.
Independence Day.
Yeah, exactly. And, some really great ones, and I still kind of, keep in touch with him a little bit. And, that was really fun because we were in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, it was a real fun experience. And Jason's always fun. He's always a hoot. He's always got something going on.
Mm-hmm.
When he was collecting beer cans and made a huge, his whole wall in his hotel room with beer cans. Yeah, and he was just devastated that he couldn't take them with him. But, I mean, he is always a blast to work with. Always fun and such a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. And then it's also got Chuck Mitchell, who played Porky, and Paul Gleason from The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I know. That was great. Yeah. it was a blast. It was really cool.
And then you did Twice Dead.
Yes, I did. And that was another great one. I don't keep in touch with anyone from that film, but we all hung out, everything, and got along really good. And a lot of night shooting. And the house that we worked in was, really, really cool and scary. To begin with, because it was just a real old, rundown home, and so that was fun, and it was really funny when we were shooting in South LA. We came across, we were wearing red shirts to begin with, and it's Blues territory, the game.
Yeah.
So we had to switch colors because we couldn't wear red. God forbid if they thought that we were part of the red gang, or the Bloods, rather, the Bloods.
Yeah.
Since they always wear red, and we're like, we can't wear red. But we had a lot of security around us and whatnot, so that was kind of interesting. Or maybe it was East LA. I don't know where they are. But that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny that day.
Yeah.
That was a good film. Fun film.
Yeah, the movie has...
And it's so funny. What?
Yeah, the movie has kind of a B-movie poltergeist with a little bit of Lost Boys quality to it.
Yeah, it does. I know. I had a little bit of everything. And another thing I would tell you about the ghost case. We filmed part of it in Los Angeles. Like they riding around in the limousine and stuff. And my best friend was laying down in the back seat of the limo when we were shooting. She was visiting me that week. So she was laying down in the back seat. Every time she tells someone about that movie, I was in that movie. So that's pretty funny how we get away with things while we're filming.
Yeah. And you got to work with Todd Bridges?
Yes, I did. He is so cool.
Yeah.
He's had a hard life.
Yeah.
And he really turned into a good guy. He really did. After all of his hardships and whatnot, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he seems like it.
Proud of him.
He seems like it in interviews and stuff.
Yeah, he is real down to earth. Just real smart guy. Got his stuff together. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you did a very memorable episode of Freddy's Nightmares.
Oh, yes, I sure did, didn't I?
Yeah. with Byron Thames.
Every time I see myself washing the car, I'm like, oh, God. Oh, goodness. That was pretty fun. That was I've always had fun with my films. You can put me in a closet and I can have fun. But yeah, that was pretty cool, especially because it was like a two-part
Yeah.
show. At one point I was seducing this kid, and the next I was, this teenager who my mom, this total dream. So that was really, really fun. Really fun.
Yeah, that's good. And then your last TV credit was an episode of Swamp Thing.
Right. Exactly. I did that when I moved back to Miami. When I moved back to Miami. Shot that at Universal Studios. And, I had a TV series named Tribe.
Yeah.
And one of the guys who starred in the TV series with me was doing Swamp Thing. So that was pretty cool
version. I thought it was a lot darker than the movies, and Swamp Thing's voice was really annoying. He sounded like he was underwater.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah.
He really did. I find that to be, pretty much true to, when you have, films that turn into TV series, they don't really last that long. And, they just, I don't know, something's always missing, something like that. It's like, it almost becomes repetitive.
Yeah.
With and it loses its magic.
Yeah, because it gets all hokey, because, families are watching and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It loses its magic. It loses its purpose for why they did it in the first place. And to turn it into a TV series just doesn't seem right.
Yeah. And they turned it into a cartoon. I mean.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, they really tried to go far with that one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Now, I'm a huge fan of 80s metal, and you were in Winger's video for Hungry.
Yes, I was. I had always wanted to do a video for MTV, and I finally got to do one.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It's a very sad video, though.
I know, I died. I died.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was done so well, and it was really good, and, the band was really, really nice. Didn't work with them a whole lot, but, of course, we met them, and they were all pretty cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and a great song. I love that song.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a good song. I mean, I myself, I survived a car accident 2 years ago, and so...
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was in a coma for 30 days.
Oh my gosh, Tommy.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're a miracle.
Yes, that's what my mom calls me.
Oh my gosh. So what happened? Was it just with another car, or?
No, I was me and a guy who I'm not friends with anymore. We were out drinking, and I fell asleep in the car. He fell asleep at the wheel, and then we were in the middle of the road, and then we got out of the car, and then we got hit.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, both of you?
Yeah, both of us.
Oh, wow. So was anybody charged with the accident?
Yeah. I can't really talk about it on here, though.
Right. I understand. Oh my gosh, well thank God you're okay.
Yeah. Everything worked out good, but it's really helped me and pushed me to be strong and pursue my dream of show business.
Good for you. Yeah, it kind of wakes you up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And sort of, gives you a second chance at life. And I hear that a lot about people in that predicament who get a second chance and they just turn around and it's like, you know what, I'm not taking anything else for granted. I'm going for my dream.
Yeah.
and that's that. So, kudos off to you. That's great.
Oh, thank you.
And I wish you so much success.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I'm living my dream, doing my own podcast out of my bedroom and interviewing cool people like you.
Aw. Well, thank God for you.
Oh.
That's great. That's great. I was very, very excited and flattered when you asked me to do an interview. So, thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely, I mean, I've always loved your work, you know, and I've always thought that you were cute as a button. You still are.
Aw, thanks. Well, it's people like you that make me smile, so I appreciate it, Tommy.
Thank you. Do you have any convention appearances or anything you'd like to plug right now?
Well, I am hoping my next convention is going to be the one in Verona, in New York.
Yeah.
And I believe that is August, at the end of August.
Yeah.
At some point. I really want to do it because last year when I was there, it's at the casino. And I won $200 and I was so happy. So I went back to win more, and I lost $300. So I've got to go back and win my $300 back.
I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope
so too.
I also hope they invite you to a California convention so I can meet you. That would be so awesome.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Well, I will talk to my manager and try to work that one out.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. And you'd love me too. I'm personable and I'm cute.
Oh, are you single?
I sure am.
I'm kidding.
Oh, just not my day.
So cute. What?
I said, it's just not my day.
Oh. Oh, that's funny. Well, I really hope I get to meet you as well. That would be really nice.
Oh, Jill, I thank you so much for this, and I will let you know when I post this interview and everything.
Okay, wonderful. Well, it was so nice to speak with you. And, feel free to call if you have any other questions that you might have forgotten to ask, whatever. But I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Alrighty. Okay, Tommy, well, you have a good rest of the day.
You too. You too.
And we'll meet sometime in the near future.
Okay, Jill. Thank you so much.
All right, Tommy. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Jill Whitlow. Ain't she a sweetheart? Yeah, I really enjoyed that interview. She was just one of the nicest people in the world, and I really do hope I meet her at a convention someday soon. Yeah, Jill Whitlow. That was so awesome. Well, that's all the time we have today on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. See ya.